All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Sport Port. So today we're coming in with the player props, and I'll go over the safety net picks once again, just to put them out there again. But let's start off with our correlation picks, just a game where we think a certain game script is kind of going to happen. So we make bets according to that, and if this one happens, then this one should also probably happen. So for instance, Deion Jackson and Sam Ehlinger. I think Deion Jackson is going to get way over 21 and a half receiving yards. I am very surprised that this line is this low. I like that one a lot. So, along with that, Sam Ehlinger, I think he looked decent last week. Yes, he's going against the Patriots defense this week, but they just let up 350 something passing yards to Zach Wilson. So, will Sam throw a pick or two? Probably. But they don't have Jonathan Taylor back there. They have a very good passing back there. So why would they run it a ton or anything like that? So I like those overs for the Deion Jackson over 21.5 receiving yards and Sam Ehlinger over 195.5 passing yards. Then on the Patriots side of the ball, we like Jakobi Meyers, Rhamondre Stevenson, and Mac Jones. Two of them on their overs. So we like Jakobi Meyers over 56.5 reception yards. I think that, he gets, quite a few targets, quite a few receptions. He will probably hit over this. Devontae Parker is out. So with all that together, and with me thinking they're going to be passing a bit, I like that one. Then Rhamondre Stevenson, also his over on receiving yards. He'll get a dump off pass or two or three, and then take off with it. He is an extremely good running back, extremely good passing back. I feel like he can go out there and really, hit 23 and a half receiving yards, which he has been doing. So I like that one a lot. But then we also like Mac Jones under 1.5 touchdowns. If they get anywhere near the goal line, they are probably not going to pass it. Devontae Parker is their main, go route guy, deep route guy who could take off with it. He's out. So just under 1.5 touchdowns for Mac Jones, rushing, passing, all that. I don't think he's going to hit it. He never rushes the ball in, and I just don't see him passing it in twice this weekend. I don't think this is going to be a crazy high scoring game or anything like that. But then we got our solo picks. So these are the ones where, just take two. With the other one, if you're gonna make like a 5 leg parlay, do it with stuff that correlates. I still don't recommend it. I would say maybe 3, maybe 4, but you can do whatever you want with it. I just don't recommend doing 5 because your chances of winning drop tremendously. So with these, it's, for instance, Aaron Jones over 93.5 combined yards. So that's going to be rushing and receiving. I think that this is the Detroit defense, who has been very bad against the run. Aaron Jones is a very, very electric player. They seem to be using him more, which they should have been before. So I really like his over here this weekend. I feel like he could easily go over 100. So I like that one a lot. Then we got Kyler Murray over half an interception. He's thrown interceptions in 4 of the last 5 games, 2 last game. He threw one against the Seahawks, who they are going against this weekend. So I just see him throwing at least one. They have DeAndre Hopkins, but still, I don't think it's going to look great for them. And I think they're going to be passing a bit. And I think one of those will be an interception, especially because the Seahawks defense has looked pretty decent. So then we got Tua Tagovailoa, over 265.5 passing yards. He's just, he's got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, who are healthy. And I feel like with them, I could pass for a couple of yards, right? Like, you could throw it to Jalen Waddle on just a slant, and then it's, 90 yards passing, right? Like, Tua is also a very good quarterback, but when you have weapons like that, it makes it a lot easier. I think that he will crush this prop. I think that the Bears will look a little bit better this weekend, so that makes it to where Tua may have to pass more, and if he has to pass more, then that's more passing yards. So I was looking at like the passing completions, passing attempts, and that. But when you have players like that, where you can pass it to them once and they take off, so you only pass it, 4 times in a drive. They're all completions, but they were all for 20 yards. That's the problem there. But that's why I like the over on his passing yards the most. Then we got Tom Brady, over 272.5 passing yards. He's been looking fine. The line sucks, so they can't get a running game going, but he is still throwing over 300 yards pretty consistently, right? So 272.5 is nothing crazy. I see them probably having to pass because they're going to fall behind a little bit, because they're going against the Rams. And, the Rams aren't great or anything. I don't like them, but still, you're going to have to pass in this game. And when they do that, he's going to get those yards up. They just need to figure out how to get in the end zone. But we don't care about them getting in the end zone. We care about those passing yards from Tom Brady. And that's what we think is going to hit. And then lastly, we got another over in passing yards. We have Trevor Lawrence over 240.5 passing yards. They're going against the Raiders. The Raiders don't have the best passing defense. I think the Raiders didn't look great last week. They'll come back a little bit, but it won't be anything crazy or anything like that. But it will still be a passing game. I don't see, anything crazy happening. Plus, Travis Etienne, the running back, catches the ball a lot. So I would like to see him, get one. And he's electric. He can take off with it. So a little dump off pass becomes a big gain, which helps that prop. So that's what we like for our player props. It's nothing crazy. We have our correlation picks. We have our solo picks. So for the correlation picks, I recommend picking, 2 from the same game or something like that. Make them correlate still, but if you're going to make like a 5-leg prop, that's the one to do it on, in one where if Jakobi Meyers hits his over, it's because it's a high volume passing game, which means, Sam Ehlinger would probably hit his over, and if it's a high passing game and they aren't running much, they're still probably going to get the ball to Ramondre Stevenson, and he's going to get his over, right? So those are the ones that I like there. The one that does kind of stick out is the Mac Jones one. If you want to take his over on passing yards, you are free to. This is one that I was just like, this is in the same game, and it's one that I would probably put in the solo picks because he has not been hitting this. So, and then with the solo picks, those are just pick 2 of them. Don't pick 5 games that are all spread out throughout the day and that. Just pick, Aaron Jones and Tua or Tom Brady and Trevor Lawrence. Put those in one together. Get the money, right? We have not been doing great on our player props lately. Hopefully we can make a comeback. I'm not afraid to say that it has not been going good for us. But, trying to look into everything, trying to get stuff right. We'll see exactly what happens. A lot of it's luck. You can have where, Mac Jones, he hasn't thrown for over 2 in the last 5 games. But then this time he throws 4, right? And it just can happen like that. So we'll see exactly what happens. And then just to go over it really quick, we have our safety net. This is the main thing we do here. That has been going very well. We are 16-5 with it, including that Eagles one right there, which we got Thursday night. So we got Patriots minus 2.5, Bills minus 6.5, Dolphins money line. I like all of those. If you parlay the 3 together, it's plus 215. I recommend just taking, Patriots and Bills, or just Dolphins and Bills, something like that. Get those odds more in your favor, and then hopefully we can keep hitting it because we are over 75% here, which I would say is very good. So the way this works is you take a prop you're confident in, then you buy some points, and then you parlay them. And that's what we're doing here. So thanks to anybody who stopped by. I hope this weekend goes pretty good, especially with the safety net and with the player props, as we haven't been doing great on the player props. But we'll see exactly what happens tomorrow. So thanks to anybody who stopped by, and I will talk to you guys Monday.